Are teens too young to go pro? Is going pro as a teen the opportunity of a lifetime or a losing play? By Mary Kate Frank. Bryson Warren began dribbling a basketball at age 3. By 6th grade, he was sinking three-pointers in games. And by the time he graduated middle school, college scouts were calling. But Bryson knew he wanted to play professionally. So in 2021, when a new professional basketball league offered him a contract, he jumped at the opportunity. Bryson, then 16, was recruited by Overtime Elite. The league pays top juniors and seniors to train and compete in Atlanta, Georgia, while they finish high school. Most players hope to then be drafted by the NBA. Move over. Does that sound like the chance of a lifetime? For Bryson, it was, even though it meant leaving his home in Little Rock, Arkansas. I knew in my heart it was the right thing to do, he says. But starting a professional sports career at a young age comes with unique challenges. Everything from burnout and stress to injury. Is it worth it? Short careers. When you're a professional athlete, you get paid to perform in a sport. You might also get paid to represent a brand like Nike. Today, most professional sport leagues have minimum age requirements. The NFL, for example, requires athletes to have been out of high school for at least 3 years. To play in the NBA, players must be at least 19. Some leagues accept even younger athletes. Just last year, soccer star Livia Moultrie became the youngest person to sign with a professional American women's soccer team at age 15. It's easy to see why someone might decide to go pro as a teen. Athletic careers are almost always short, very short. The average length of an NBA career is less than 5 years. Professional football, 3.5. That's partly because of the physical toll of intense training. Plus, the older we get, the harder it is for our bodies to keep up with the high-level competition. So why not start your career as early as possible? Paid to play. A short career isn't the only reason to go pro young. Being a teen athlete can be wildly expensive. Between equipment, coaching, and traveling to competitions, families might fork over thousands of dollars. Playing on some travel soccer teams can cost up to $10,000 a year. Earning a salary to play, like Bryson does, offsets those costs. That helps talented players more easily afford to follow their passion. Indeed, Bryson says the income was a major factor in his decision to join OTE. Still, getting paid to play as a teen means making sacrifices. Most of the time, to be eligible to play in college, you can't already be a professional. Moultrie had to forfeit, which means get rid of, her chance of competing in college and the scholarship she was offered when she was just 13. Bryson had to give up the chance at a college athletic scholarship as well. But college is expensive. In the U.S., it costs more to attend a public university than almost anywhere else in the world. To earn a degree, many students end up taking out huge loans that can take years to pay off. If an athlete's sport career is cut short and they must find a totally different career, might they regret missing out on a free college education? Missing out? Giving up college scholarships is just one potential drawback to going pro as a teen. So here we have some cons, things that are bad. Focusing on a single sport while your body is still growing can increase the risk of injury. According to the Loyola University Chicago study, young athletes who specialize in one sport are as much as 93% more likely to be injured than those who play several sports throughout the year. Going pro too soon can take a toll on mental health too. When very young athletes sign contracts, they often receive a lot of public attention. And that can be incredibly stressful, says John Solomon, an expert in youth sports at the Aspen Institute. When you're a pro athlete in your teens, the pressure may increase to make a big and create a return on investments for all time and money spent on sports. He says, all that pressure can lead to burnout, a feeling of exhaustion that can take the joy out of the game. Then there is the issue of missing out on just being a kid. Devoting all your time to a sport means there is little time to explore other interests, or for simple joys like playing video games, hanging out with friends, or attending family gatherings. As adults, might players who went pro as teens regret missing out on those experiences? Then again, athletes who don't go pro until they're adults usually devote their teen years to training too. So if you're good enough to go pro as a teen, why shouldn't you get paid to do what you would be doing anyway? The dream. As for Bryson, he did have some concerns about signing with OTE right after finishing 10th grade. I was worried about leaving all my friends and taking the risks, he admits. But a year and a half later, he's not worried that he'll one day look back with regret. For now, he's focused on graduating high school this spring and preparing for 2024, when he will be eligible for the NBA draft. And he feels good about the choice he made. I feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be, Bryson says. This is my dream. Okay, you guys, so I want to go over what you're going to do now. So you're going to fill out this worksheet that you should have with you. And you're going to get all of the information from the article that we just read. So part one, you're going to identify the arguments. So people have different opinions. So is going pro worth it? So you have to go back to the article and find facts from each side. So if someone says, yes, it is worth it, you need to come up with two other reasons from the text why it's worth it. So what are some pros about going pro when you're young? And then you need to find 3 no's or reasons why you shouldn't go pro. Now, I just want to point out your answers have to be from the text. These are not your opinion or your own reasons, so please make sure you are going back into the story to find your answers. And then part 2, what do you think? So you're gonna tell me your opinion, just in one sentence, and tell me what you think about if going pro is worth it. All right, make sure you ask the sub for help if you need it. Good luck.